we there? I'm alive. Is there anybody out there? Let's have a look. Is anything happening? That's the first question. It says we're live. 10 seconds in. Sound working? Can you see me? I don't know. Anyway, let's crack on because I hope that there is somebody there. I don't know if there is or not, but drop me a comment. Drop me some comments in any old thing. Oh, hello, Simon. Well done, mate. Thanks for that. Somebody's there. Oh, tell you what, Alan. Hello, Alan. How are you? All right? Again, thanks for joining me tonight. Again, last week, oh my word, what a fantastic live stream that was. First time I've done one, so hopefully tonight's going to be a little bit more polished. I don't know, probably not. This is me we're talking about. The giveaway that we did, we had the mugs, we had the code readers, the light bulbs and everything else. Everybody that emailed me, I sent it out, we banged it out there, they've gone, and most of you have got the stuff. I still have over here an array of mugs. I don't know if they're whoever won them. I've got a few names. I can chuck the names out. We've got Andrew Wallin, David Starkey, Rorks R, Just Garage, Robert Jan K, and Deezy. Yeah, Deezy. If any of you want the mug, just go to my email address. It's on the homepage. Send me your address and I'll post them straight out to you. Because if you don't want them, that's sweet. No problem at all. I'm sure I'll be able to get rid of them somewhere. Richard, hi from West Yorkshire. Well done. Thanks, mate. Hey, we're getting all over the place today. What's that? Sylvie Brackover. Hello. What we're going to talk about tonight then? Nice lighting. Do you like them? I don't think from what I can see on here, again, the webcam doesn't seem to be pulling out the blue as well as what the Osmo Pocket, this little camera, this little Osmo Pocket camera, it clips into the side of your phone. You sort of like you pop it in your phone holder, and it turns your phone into a 4K gimbal camera. The colours on it are fantastic. And when I did the video earlier on in the week for the lighting, this seemed to pick up the blue far better than what the stream cam is. But hey, I know I can alter things, dim things down, and I will get on there. But I don't know. It don't look too bad though, does it? It looks all right. Oh dear. Yeah, showing me grey hair. Look, making that stand out. Never mind. Harvey, hi from Leicester. Oh, what we got coming on here? Alan, what videos are coming in the pipeline? Well, I'm glad you've asked me that because I've got my list here. I've got my list. I've come prepared. I've got a few bits and pieces. This week I've had so many comments. It's been a brilliant week for comments. The videos have been watched by 300,000 views or something this week. It's been a lot, and I've had loads and loads of comments. And I will always endeavour to answer the comments. So if you do drop me a comment on one of the videos, I'll always try and drop you an answer or whatever. I'm still waiting on the citybug spoiler for the 107. That's a video that loads of you have been wanting to see. And what else have we got coming on here? Yeah, so I've got loads of these comments about this spoiler. I've ordered one. It's supposed to be coming, but this was before the truck thing at the port, and they stopped things coming across. And this one is stuck in Poland. So I don't know when I'm going to get it. Bless. It was an eBay special. It was a bit. It was about 65 quid, 70 quid, but we don't seem to be getting it. It's stuck at the minute. I'm sure it will come eventually. And when it does, we'll bang it on and make a video. So we'll crack on with that. The 107, the citybug. This week we had the exhaust dropped off. It's been one of those. I've been hanging on, waiting to see if I could figure out a stainless system. Obviously, the exhaust dropped off before I could find one. I don't want to pay through the nose for one. I'm sure we can come up with something cheaper, something that we could all, if I can find a way of doing it at a decent price, it's going to help everybody. So I will get there eventually, and I will find something. But we banged a cheap back box, which was, oh God, 35 quid or something like that. It wasn't expensive. Let's have a look at these comments again. I don't want to miss you out. Loving the mug. Oh, thanks. Yeah, Gittins Family Adventures. I'm glad you got that. Like I say, we've got a few down the back here ready to be sent out. If you send me your email address, the winners from last week, I will send you the mugs out. More Ago 107 vids. Well, I have got one in the pipeline at the minute. It's this week we've had, and it's not just obviously got the car. The Cayman's driving this little Ago, the 107 around. Ago 107. They're all the same anyway. But obviously things go wrong with it. We do have problems, and it's surprising when something goes wrong with ours, how many other people are having the same problems. It's just it's unreal. I've just had the window. Give it some of that. And I think the initial problem is down to the frozen weather, and the window originally was closed in the morning. We had a big frost, and maybe when it's dropped, it's just canked it a bit. Also, it's doing loads of motorway miles, and the grit, the grit from the gritters, it's everywhere, and it gets into the window channels, into the rubbers, and makes things all bind and get tight. So I've just done a video on that of how to repair the door window and get it all sorted. So that one will be coming, in the next week or so. I'm trying to get the videos out there. It just takes a long while to edit the stuff up. As an example, the stream cam video that I put it on a couple of weeks ago. It took me 10 hours. It was 10 hours to edit that. So the footage that I got from it, the video was only 20 minutes long, but it took me 10 hours to get it all synchronized and everything. Those shots where you have two cameras, like the screenshot from the phone and the footage from the camera, trying to get all that to tally up and make sure that the synchronization on the voice and that is right. It's really hard if you cut it and add bits in, and it takes a lot of time to do it, but I am getting there. I've got some more footage coming and some more Ago videos coming. Let me have a little look, see what other comments we've got coming in. Thanks for the comments. It's great to see you all banging some in there for me. What's this? Simon, lighting just like from Amsterdam. Oh no, is it the red? Have I got to change the red one? Have I got to? Oh dear me. Yeah, that's right. Copart. Shane Brooks Copart. So what we're talking about, the scrap company or the car that takes the cars away. Copart. I'm not sure what Shane, come on, give me a few more, give me something else to go on. What do you want me to say about that one? I'm not sure. Evening more. What's that one? Oh, your back box, Steve-O, your back box went too. What, this week? Is that something you've just had go? Again, it's that common issue. It's that at the minute, the corrosion, the rust, the salt from the road, it just gets into everything. And the exhausts, they break, the bracket snaps on them. So it is a big problem this time of year. But it's a dead easy fix. These little citybugs are amazing to check. They're easy to work on. I mean, it took me 10 minutes or so to whip that off and put the new one on. So it was good. Norm's Mowers, evening. How are you, Norm? All right. Harvey, I like your cut, G. What, the haircut is that? Any cycling videos coming up? No, can't you tell? Look at the size of that. Hey, God, blimey, I tell you what, I'm struggling at the minute to get out on my bike. I need to because, I've been doing a little bit of indoor training, but not a lot. I've not been doing enough exercise at all. We need to crack on and do a bit more of that. Dart Media Productions, average life of the C1 exhaust, North Wales. Well, the original system that you get from new will always last longer. They are a bit more, got a bit more metal on them. The metal's a bit thicker. They've got a better coating on them. You can get 10 years, out of some of those exhausts, depending on your driving. If you're doing loads of motorway stuff, you'll find that the exhaust will probably last longer because it gets hot and it's just running hot. It doesn't get the condensation. That's the killer, is the condensation gets inside the exhaust silencer. So if you've done a short journey in your car, it builds up the condensation. It doesn't have a chance to blow it out the back and get the exhaust really hot, and it just sits in there and corrodes. It just corrodes away. So if you're only doing short journeys, your exhaust probably won't last as long as somebody that's doing 50,000 miles a year. What have we got that? What's going on there? How are you getting on with the doorbell? The doorbell is brilliant. Absolutely love it. I can't say enough about that Ring doorbell. And the cameras, you know, they have been brilliant. Linked up with the Alexas, you know, it's clever. You can just say to it, I won't say it because it'll bing bong and do it. But if you put a few of these Alexas around the house, I'll just keep saying the name and it's going to come on in a minute. So we'll put them around the house, got 3 or 4 of them dotted about. And you can ask it at any point, can I have a look at this? And can I have a look at that? And it'll show you the cameras. And the doorbell, whenever they press it, it comes on. If you're not in, you can remotely tell them to leave parcels in the porch or wherever. It is brilliant. And we've had no issues with it. None at all. Tallied in with that Aero mesh router, because you do need a strong Wi-Fi. If your Wi-Fi is a bit weak, then I can see you having some problems with it. But if you've got a really good, strong Wi-Fi, then we've had no problems at all. I can't say enough about it. I'm really, really impressed with it. Richard, any interesting footage to show? What is that from the doorbell? Nothing. I've not been robbed or anything, if that's what you mean. Not yet, anyway. I hope nobody comes around knocking on my door and trying to rob us. Penny, evening all. Hi, Penny. Replacing a rear door on the C1. Is it a big job to sort out the central locking? No, not at all. Not at all. Anything like that. It's, you know, replacing the door, all the innards, just bolt in, bolt out, just swap it over, and absolutely fine. There's nothing scary about it. There's no silly ECUs or anything to set up within the doors. It's all straightforward solenoids and stuff. So no, it won't be a difficult swap, that one. Steve-O, shame no one does an affordable stainless system for them. Nothing too, yeah, exactly. That is a really good point. Nothing too boy racerist for his off-road, and it's not just, you know, Cayman. He's on the motorway. He's doing, like I say, well, 80 miles a day up and down the motorway. He doesn't want it to be droning like a crazy engine. You know, you don't want to have that headache scenario going on from a droning exhaust. The Sportex exhaust, I like the sound. I thought the sound was really nice. But on the motorway, for a long while, it can get a bit drony, especially in the back. If you've got people sitting in the back, it can get quite loud. So something probably not quite as drony as the Sportex, but something, you know, just a little bit nice, got a little bit of rasp to it. I always like the Pico sound. If you can remember the old Pico exhaust, they had a lovely little rasp to them, like on the old XR3Is and stuff. Showing my age there. Oh, pardon me. Ooh, just had me dinner. COVID cut lol. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, you've got it. That's it. My hairdresser is in-house, let's put it that way, and she does a cracking job on my I just haven't actually I've been in the coffee van all day. We've had a cracking day down at Foss Meadows in the van, and I've literally just got in. We've just finished everything off, tied up, quick dinner, and then I'm straight at it. So I do apologise if I look a bit of a scruff. I've not had a chance to do nicely and get it all sorted. Tony Wood, loads and loads of FB entries about leaks in boots, etc. Done the sealant on the light, but is there any other obvious places? That is a big thing at the minute. Obviously, it's the rainy season again, and these little bugs, they do love leaking. They love the leakages. The one I could really say is, which I mentioned earlier on about the window video that's coming. It should be out next week. In that video, I'm using the silicone spray. So this is it's an aerosol spray, but it's a silicone lubricant that comes out of that. It is brilliant. It's water repelling. So if you've got water ingress coming in from your door seals, which is really, really common, even if you haven't, it's well worth getting a can of this silicone spray and just giving it a light coating, just a wipe it down, light coating on there. And that literally makes a water, it repels the water from where the seals touch the door. It's surprising how water just beads off silicone. It just won't get past it. It just beads off and runs down. And that has been a really, really good way of stopping the leaks. So rather than replacing all your door seals, always try the silicone spray first on the boot seals, on the door seals, window seals. spray the silicone spray on, wipe it down, and see how you get on. You'll probably be surprised at how effective it is. Let's have a little look down here. Some more comments. Oh, Alan. Oh, do you know what? I've had enough of these comments now. I'm going to have to change my colour. Right, here we go. This is the oh dear. Right, let's have a look. See if I can get. So if I go into the newer app on here, this is tech for you. I've got the two. I've got a blue and the red. I'm going to get rid of the red. I'm going to make the red something else. So let's have a look. I've clicked this onto camera 6 on here. Onto light 6. I hope it's that one. And then here you go. Look, I can bring it across and I can make it green for you. Yeah, you see, that looks better, doesn't it? Now you can't moan at me for having a red background. So I've got blue and I've got green. It's made me look yellow now. I look a bit yellow, don't I? Oh, actually, look, tanned. I like that. That's this Logitech Extreme Cam. That's really affected the... Yeah, it has. That's made a really strange difference to it, hasn't it? Anyway, I'll leave it at that. That's good. I look tan now. I look like I've been out in the sun. Yeah, I'm liking that one. Right, there we go. Hayley Blackwell. Have you used the aftermarket door seals on your Peugeot 107 repair? I haven't used the aftermarket seals on the 107 that we've got. I've never had to. From the stuff that I do, I've got the videos out there for the tweaking of the door to just bring the door frame in, adjusting the bracket on the door, the latch, I can forget the word, adjusting the latch in tight, adjusting the door frame with a little tweak, and the silicone spray. I've got no leaks at all. It is bone dry. So just by doing those things, it's been enough to keep it dry. I've not had to replace the seals, but there's been some really good reviews on those seals. People have said, who have replaced them from the links, and have said that they work really well. The Amazon seal that I've got a link to in the video for the door seal replacement, because the genuine ones are really expensive. It does lack one of the rubber trim that goes across, so it doesn't look quite as pretty as the original door seal, but it does a cracking job. It works really, really well. Because I did change, I put a genuine seal on one, didn't I? Let me have a little look down at the questions again. Oh, just had a little jump. Yeah, so like I say, the silicone spray though, always try that, Hayley. Give that a go. Whack that silicone spray around. You'll be surprised. If you go to my Amazon shop, the links are in all the descriptions. There is a link to the silicone spray on Amazon. It's about £3.54 a can for I think it's a WD-40 link that I found for that. It's brilliant. It works really, really well. Penny, Ring doorbell are amazing. Yeah. So is their house alarm. I haven't tried the alarm. But you're saying it's really good. Yeah. Okay. It's something that possibly could go for in the future. I don't know what benefits would I get from the alarm system as well. Again, we've got the dogs in the house. They're always running around. So would that set the alarm off for the interior sensors and stuff? I'm not sure. The cameras are brilliant because if anybody walks by or comes near to the house now, we get notifications on his phone and stuff. So I'm not sure that the alarm system would benefit me so much. But I did see they got that little drone thing that flies around the house. I mean, it looks good, but I don't know. I don't know how effective it is. What's that just jumped there? Simon, looking at the Toyota Aygo manual. 0W20 is recommended. What's my opinion? To be fair, oils, if you're putting a good quality oil in your car, as in fully synthetic, and it meets the criteria, you're looking for the C numbers. If it meets the numbers and everything is, if it's the recommended oil, it's got the stats on it, then bang it in. If it's branded, most of these branded oils now, they're not that expensive. I've put links in descriptions on all when I've shown the oil changes and stuff. I think we were 530 on the Agos and the C1s, but 020, if it's fully synthetic, I don't see an issue. I don't see a problem with that. If you're banging it in and it's using oil, if it's smoking more than you were and you're burning a bit more, then you probably got to put a thicker grade in there. But yeah, Cab 4Go. Hello from Leicester. Hello, Cab 4Go. Penny, thanks. Thought you were playing Skittles, guy. What's that? I thought I was playing Skittles going down a very tight lane and misjudged a corner, which is shocking in a car the size of a shoe. Oh, well, okay. Yeah, you've got to be careful because don't crash your Agos and stuff or the C1s. We have got that video of the rear axle replacement where we did have a little bit of an accident, which is, again, it just shows you how easy they are to fix. We've just bent that rear axle like it was all spanked in. Straight onto the Charles Trent, which is a brilliant breakers, and they will get your axles, get your engines, gearboxes and stuff. And I've always been a fan of, especially with engines and boxes, rather than if it's a big job, if you've got bearings gone, wear, burning oil too much, excessive oil burning, I would always be favourable to get a second-hand engine from a low mileage vehicle or something that's been crashed in the back end and swap it out rather than strip down and rebuild or buy reconditioned. I've always been a fan of that, getting an actual an engine that's manufactured built, that's not been stripped out of a crash car and putting that in instead. I find that you find reconditioned engines and stuff, sometimes when you swap them out, you end up with oil leaks and stuff. They just don't go back together as well as what they should sometimes. But what we got going on here? Wisey Field, stick on draft excluder for the win. Oh, what is this on the? Are we talking about the Agos and stuff again? Stick on draft excluder for the window. Daft. How has the heated coat been so far? Well, I love it. I love that Milwaukee jacket. Absolutely. It's just brilliant. Lightweight, nice and warm. And the battery, if you put it on low, you're getting eight hours out of it. I mean, it's really good. And it just keeps you nice, especially when we're in the coffee van. It can get cold in there. It gets a bit Baltic on those days we've been out when it's been frosty and stuff. That heated jacket on, really, really like it. Darren Pride, how are we? I'm good. Are you good? Oh, we are also. No, how are we? We are here. I can't read, can I? Need some glasses. That's what I need. That's fine, Hayley. Thank you. Andrew, sorry I'm late. You're late? Mind you said you were at work, didn't you? I think I had a comment off you somewhere last week saying that you might be late. But yeah, hey, great. Glad you're here. Thanks for all your comments as well. You really do bang me some comments in, and I really appreciate it. Richard, do you use the cloud function for the doorbell or use an SD card to record? I use the cloud, £8 a month for multiple units. I mean, it's not a massive amount, £2 a week. You can't grumble at that, can you? That means you've got no DVR. And what can I say about SD cards and cameras? I've got a dash cam. There's a video from it for it's a long while ago now. I bet I've had it for about 3 years or so. It eats it eats SD cards. So I buy top-notch SanDisk SD cards. I can put one in there, and if I get about 8 months out of one, and then it goes SD card error, you can reformat it a few times, and then it failed. They fail altogether. I don't know what happens inside them, whether they just break down. But if you think of it, these cameras, they are constantly looping and looping and looping. Those little memory cards are getting battered. They're getting a real hammering, and they do fail. So the dash cam, I have had it. It's one of those scenarios where if it's the time you want it and it didn't record what you wanted, and I've had that where something happened and I thought, oh God, it stopped recording, because you don't look at it all the time because it's like up behind the mirror or whatever. So yeah, I'm all for the cloud for these Ring doorbells and stuff. I think just that being up there, being away, you think you get 30 days storage for each. It's like a loop in 30 days. That's long enough is what I'm trying to say. I don't think you need to store information longer than 30 days. If something's happened, and you're going to notice it within a month, aren't you? And then you can look back and check it out. And scrolling back through all of the footage is really easy. It's all dates, yeah, it's brilliant. It's really, really good. I can't say enough about it. I'm well pleased with it. Yeah, Richard, doorbell alarm for the TV license goons. Do you get them coming round? I've never seen one. I wouldn't let them in anyway, but I've never seen one come round. I thought that was all a bit of a myth, to be fair. You know, these the vans and stuff. I watched some dodgy video, some YouTube video where they were saying that they could never ever tell what was going on, and if you did have your TV on in the back room, all they knew was that house in that particular street didn't have a TV license. And let's face it, everybody's got a TV. So I thought they were just going off the information from who's got one and who hasn't. Darren, can you do some fast cars? No, I ain't got one. Unless you go and lend me yours. He got a fast car. Oh dear. Neil Gardner, like the exhaust video, didn't know about the replacement clamp. Just use cable ties when the rear box. Well, yeah, that's it. But just don't get it too hot because they'll just melt through. But yeah, we strapped it up because obviously the exhaust broke, it cracked, and a piece fell off. He still wanted to use the car, so God bless him. Like I sent him off down the motorway with an exhaust blowing. It sounded like a Ferrari, and he drove it for a day with the exhaust snapped off. Just while I ordered a new one, got it in, and then fitted it. So, but you can tie him up and carry on. I mean, it's not the end of the world. Oh God, I've just had a bit of a jump then. Oh, Penny, you can turn on a pet setting on the alarm. Oh, okay, fantastic. So that would stop that. If you the dog thing. Yeah, having a go at the husband, aren't I? C1, yeah, we love it. Love all that. I love them. I do. I think they're brilliant. I think they're cracking. The Ago C1, like you say, my videos, I'm always raving about them. They are really, really good, and they're good to fix and stuff. Matt Manning, do you think regular servicing yourself makes much difference when it comes to selling the car? Not at all. I really think dealer servicing is overrated. We Buy Any Car and stuff, they don't take a lot of money off if you've got a full service history, no way do you get that money back when you're selling it on We Buy Any Car. And the servicing in dealers and stuff, main dealer service especially, it's an absolute rip-off. It really is. And these cars, you know, self-servicing, as long as you're doing the reasonable stuff. And I know for a fact, worked in dealers, you do not get a service when you take your car in. You're paying for it. They tick the book, but no way do you get it done. You get like 9 times out of 10, it's the YTS, and then got a YTS, or the apprentice. He'll take your car and drain your oil out, not doing a proper check on everything. I've got to be careful what I say with that, but it happens a lot in dealers. Yeah, you don't get a good service. Oh, Cab 4 goes Skyline, Supra, or NSX. Wow. Going back in the day, you see, because when I was at a Honda dealer, we had the NSXs there, and I had the good fortune of driving an NSX, working on them, and also we had there was a Nissan 300 ZX twin turbo that came in a crash damaged. It's been stolen, repaired. It hadn't been written off, but it was beautiful. You know, they were brand new at the time, obviously new vehicles, and I'd been out in the NSX the day before, thought it was beautiful, but I took this Nissan out, and it handled unbelievably, really, really good. I always found the NSX was a little bit safe, a little bit predictable, whereas the Nissan was an animal. It was really, really fun to drive. But I do love the NSXs. I like the look of them. And Hondas, the reliability, they are so blooming reliable. They really, really are. So Skyline, I can't say I've ever driven a Skyline. That's one car I haven't driven. Supra, I've drove a couple of Supras. They were all right, but that Nissan back in the day was an absolute animal. It was brilliant. Andrew, the detector vans are definitely fake. Yeah, there you go. You see somebody else who agrees with me there. Wisefield, annual service should be stamped. Loads of interim servicing. Could say the car has problems, shouldn't need too much servicing on one. It's very, very true. You don't need to service them. You know, I mean, look at what's going on now, which is, I think they've gone too far the other way. The T6 van that I'm driving at the minute, 20,000 mile servicing. 20,000 miles. It's ridiculous. It's like an oil change every 20,000 miles, and that engine runs for so long. And what happens, or what I find, is when you start getting beyond sort of 13,000 miles after your service, the oil level increases. It's down to we're getting like diesel is getting past the rings and filling the oil up. So the oil, instead of it dropping, it's actually getting higher, but the oil is becoming diluted with almost like diesel debris. That was an old problem. Anyway, but it still goes for the 20,000 miles it goes in, and it's, I think I've done about getting on for 80,000 miles in it. So I mean, the engine works, it's okay, but what's the longevity over, the life of the van? We'll soon see. We'll see. These new oils though are amazing. They are, they don't really deteriorate that much. They're brilliant. Take the Jenny. This will run. It holds 1 litre of oil, and it'll 100 hours running. You take it out, it looks as good as new. It really does. What we got here? Benny. How is business at the coffee truck? Like I say, been there today. Absolutely busy as out today. It's brilliant. Really, really good. So yeah, the coffee truck is amazing, and we're loving it. Absolutely brilliant. Which brings me on to another point. I fancy another one. I want another project. I have got a video coming up soon. A little road trip where we went off to buy another van. Well, I found one. It was partially converted, needed a bit of work doing to it. Drove all the way off to Somerset. It wasn't quite what we were expecting, so didn't buy it. But I am looking for a J9, really. If anybody knows of a Peugeot J9 that's in reasonable condition, that could be a coffee van, God blimey, let me know. Let's have another look, see what we've got on here. Andrew, what is your day job? I can't tell you that one. Master of all trades, jack of none. No, jack of all trades, master of none. One of them. Service is an oil change and air filter. What's that? Service is an oil change and air filter. You see, well, the spark plugs in these new cars, they go for ages as well, especially if the iridium plugs just last forever. They're brilliant. So oil change, that's the key. If you can change your oil and the brakes, keep on top of your brake pads and your oils. Everything else, just change it as and when it's, stuff does last a lot longer now, for sure. What's this one here? In English Travels, my old car I sold had signed each service when I did it in the book. First told me it was too pleased, meant it actually had been looked after. Yes, yeah. So there is that. It is a good selling point, but how much money did you get back? So you've paid for all of that servicing. Although the guy bought it and he was pleased, it made it more desirable to buy. But did you get back the money that you paid out in your servicing? Could you have got it done cheaper? It's one of those, isn't it? It's one of those. We're all different, and there's no right and no wrong in it, for sure. If you want to take your car to the dealers and have it serviced and it makes you feel good for doing it, then crack on, go for it. But in the long run, I'm not so sure that it pays you back in the value of the vehicle. That's probably what we're saying there. Makes you feel good. It makes you feel like your car's been looked after, and it is a good selling point, for sure. Full service history, it makes it more desirable. Richard, YTS showing us your age. God, I know. It's shocking, isn't it? And I mean, my YTS, oh God, I was dragged through the coals with it as well. They really made me, they made me work for me money there. Blimey. I was at a Volvo dealer's, and 3 years YTS, £29.50 a week. We managed to get a bit extra on the old travelling expenses. But the garage that I was at, and I was flying, I was at the time, I was doing really, really well with the work. I was entering the colleges that I was at, were entering competitions. I did National Junior Mechanics competition. I won loads of stuff. And yet I was the only student in the college that hadn't been employed. My boss was just tight as you like, and didn't want to pay me a decent wage. He wanted to keep me on £29.50. It wasn't until I actually said to him, I'm leaving, and I got a better job. Thanks to I don't know if you'd be on there, Steve Yardley sorted me out at a Honda dealers, which I loved. It was a brand new dealership. I got my own ramp, my own bay. And he managed to sort me out with that job, and they were paying me a decent wage. And it wasn't until that opportunity came up that the guy at the garage I was at, the Volvo dealers, went, no, don't go. We want to keep you. We'll pay you. We'll match what they're paying you and all that. I'd lost faith in them. You know, they just made me do two years YTS, and it's one of them. So I did. I moved on. Best thing I ever did. I think you've got to, test the water in other places, see how other places do it. And I had the great fortune of working on Hondas, which was a real eye-opener. You go from a Volvo, which at the time was 740s. The 850 had just come out, which was a brilliant car, to be fair. It saved Volvo. Volvo were going down the pan until they bought the 850 out. But the 740s and stuff, they got these 4-cylinder engines in them that when they were running, they were shaking like, on idle, like old tractors. You went to Honda, on idle, you could get a 50p piece and stick it on its end on the top of the engine, and it'd stay there. They were so smooth. They were unbelievable. And that's the difference. The Japanese were just making stuff reliable, nice to work on as well. They were thinking about the guy who'd got to take it apart. Not many cars manufacturers think like that. What's this one? Alan's going to bring the beast up. Oh, don't bring it to me for a service. You don't need to service that. You don't go anywhere in it. Give it a polish. It'll be fine. What's this one? Late to the party today, but better late than never. Absolutely, Gav Lewis. Thank you, because you're a good commenter. You comment on loads of my stuff. So, Andrew, I'm not telling you what my day job is there. And I thought you were an electrician. Oh, bless you, mate. Bless you. Neil. How are you coping with the lockdown? Must be affecting business. Not at all. Not really. Not. Going back to my day job, and then I don't really want to tell you, or you know what, you kind of guys, you work it out. But I'm going out to a lot of people who haven't used their cars for long periods, and the batteries at the minute are just crazy, because like there's still people who haven't started the cars up since the first lockdown. There's old folk and stuff who haven't even started a car for months and months and months. There's a lot of people who are not getting out, which is a real shame. But it's just one of those. We will get through this, and we will be fine. So let's get some more live streams on. Let's have a giggle, and we can try it. I mean, this sort of stuff, it's brilliant, isn't it? This is so good. I'm really enjoying this, to be fair. Lots of good comments coming in here. What I meant is I service a car myself and sign the book to say, I get you now. Sorry. I'll tell you more. I get confused with the comments. Again, that's sweet. I mean, that's all. When I service people's cars, I don't do it. Friends and family stuff. I just literally do that, exactly that. I'll put a sticker in the book and I'll sign it off, and happy days. And I've never had a problem with it. It's good. It's really, it's fine. And it just, at least you know that the car's been done, and if that oil's been changed, that is the key. Oil changes. If you've missed loads of oil changes, forget it. The engine's going to be, going to be in trouble, really. As long as it's been, changed every year, then happy days, really. What's this one here? Servicing can pick up on problems you might have missed. Again, it depends if you know what you're looking for. Oh, it's a tough one, isn't it? It's a tough one, because we're all, we're all different abilities, knowing what to look for. But a big thing for me is brakes. Let's just go for brakes, for instance. You take your car into a dealer's for a service. 9 times out of 10, they are going to sell you front brake pads and discs. And I get loads of comments on my Ago video. There's an Ago video that is way back where I changed front brake pads on the car, and the brake discs are pretty worn. Oh yeah, they are. They're pretty worn, but they are not below minimum thickness. And I put in the comments and I've put down what the minimum thickness is. And I get loads of comments going, "Whoa, them discs, you shouldn't have put pads in there. You shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have done this." I put 2 more sets of pads in that car on them discs, and it was absolutely fine. You don't have to. We never used to change brake discs back in the day. You know, they lasted. You ground the edges off them, you took them down to the minimum thickness, and then you changed them out. No problem. You know, a few like ruts in a brake disc, it ain't the end of the world. The brakes still work as good as new. They're fine. They don't look as nice, but that is a really common one, is brake pads and discs. Garages now just don't like fitting brake pads. They love to put your brake pads and discs in, and it costs you a fortune when you don't need to. Let's have a little look. Let's have a look. What else we've got here? I'm waffling on. £28 per week, right? Yeah. On the YTS, £28 a week is what they paid us. It was, but it got you in the trade. You know, it got you a few pennies in your bank. It got you on a kind of, it wasn't an apprenticeship as such, because it was a YTS scheme. So the government were paying your wage pretty much, but the college, you were sent to college, you had block release and stuff. So it gets you into a trade, which that was a good thing. But I do think though that once you've shown your worth, shown that you're reliable, then they should have took you on, which is basically what happened to a lot of lads. But I was just unfortunate with the garage I was at. They were a bit a bit cruel, really. But there you go. These bugs go on for ages. I put no engine in my car. 180,000 miles. The Ago that we had, 170,000 miles that did on its original engine, and it was still going as good as no. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. The heater motor. Oh God! Oh, the heater motor on the 107. Oh yeah, that was a good one, wasn't it? But if I was going to do that again, I think next time I would definitely cut the heater boxing, the heater housing away to get it out. You wouldn't have to take any of that gubbins out. You could just cut the piece around the top and whip it out. Definitely would do a video on that again if I got the opportunity. All mechanics critical workers. Well, what I mean for this, we're talking COVID now. Is this, we're going back to that again? That is what they say. Mechanics are because people have got to get to work, and nurses and doctors have got to get to work, and they all need cars to be done and all the rest of it. Everybody's got to go shopping in the cars, and so you are a key worker. Speaking of batteries, Gav Lewis, what we got here? Speaking of batteries, lots of places are out of stock of certain sizes. Amazon, they're never out of stock of batteries. They've got loads. Oh, I've got links in my descriptions for the Agos and stuff like that for the batteries, and they're still in stock. And they deliver overnight. It's unbelievable. I can't believe how good that is. The battery side of things is brilliant. Daz. I'm liking your retro watch. I love this watch. I do love this watch. I can't thank you enough. It's brilliant. Andrew, what is the watch? Oh dear, yeah. Oh, this is it's the Mr. G titanium. It's been I've had it now for, I can't remember how long I've had it, Daz. You tell me. I've had it ages. I've popped a few batteries in it. I've fixed the strap up numerous times. All of the pins, all of the links that go across. There was an issue with these watches with the titanium wearing away the pins or something like that. So they were snapping and coming out. So I've got bits of wire, signs wire, super glued across all of these ones down here now. But it works a treat. It's brilliant. But it is a cracking watch. I love it. I love the old Casio watches. Fantastic. So yes, Casio Mr. G titanium. It's dead light. It's as light as a feather. It's brilliant. It's great. Steve-O, would you be up for a video changing the LED on the dashes? Well, yeah, I've seen a few in the forum. About 20 years. No way, is that how long that watch is? Jesus Christ. Yeah, the LED, I've seen it in the forums where they've been changing and swapping around. It's something I've not done on it, but I'm always up for it. So yeah, no problem at all. When I get a chance and I can get in the car and we can do it, especially if I normally, my motto, as some of you will know, because I often say it, is if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's, if a dashboard goes, then yeah, definitely I will be upgrading it for an LED bulb. And also they look really sweet, don't they, when you change the colours on them? They do work out really well. What was I going to say? I've got some more stuff. I've had loads of comments this week, literally. Like I say, the videos have been out there, and I've had stacks and stacks and stacks. And I've got a few written down here that I was going to try and answer some questions to. This is Erin Jager was commenting on the BMW, the rear ABS sensors, and they've got like these little. I did the video where we were changing the washers to just space them out a bit. The rear rings, the ABS rings on the drive shafts, they corrode and they swell up so that they get just a fraction bigger, and then the ABS ring touches the sensor, and you get warnings and all kinds of funny things. DTC lights coming on. And so I did a video on the black BMW of just putting a tiny little washer in there and just spacing that sensor away slightly, which worked an absolute treat. And I said, when it fails, I'll do a video on changing the rings and stuff. It's not failed. It's been brilliant. It must be 2 years now. It's got to be 2 years since I did those washers. And it's not missed a beat since. So it's a really, really good repair. Saves a lot of money because those, you're supposed to change out the drive shafts. That would be the dealer repair. They wouldn't change the rings. They actually get rid of the drive shaft and replace it with a remanufactured one. Whereas you can buy the rings off of eBay or Amazon and places, and some car manufacturer spare shops and stuff. You can get the rings, but it's a bit of a ball ache to do it and to get it right and to set it in place, because the corrosion on that on the hub is affecting everything. But it's a video that I will do when it happens. When I need to, I will crack on with that one. The diameter of the washer, it is about a 10 mil diameter, but it's really, it's the thinnest washer you can get. The thinner the better, because all you're doing is just lifting that sensor just a tiny fraction away from the ABS ring. So the thinnest washer you can get, we're talking probably 0.2 of a millimeter. If you can get one that thin, happy days. I talked about the citybug, the window fault, the exhaust. Gav Lewis, yeah, you on about painting the back box on the exhaust. Yeah, you could do. You could paint. You could whack a bit of paint on there just to give it a bit of extra life. What have we got? The Jordan commented on the Honda caliper, the Honda Civic Type R, the brake caliper. Just saying that it was brilliant, that he really enjoyed the video. It was a good explanation. I say thanks for that, because I love your comments. Yeah, I really appreciate it when you comment back. It just makes me, I know what to put then. I know what to send out, and it just gives me ideas for new videos. What else we got in here? What else we got coming up? Yeah, the heater resistors on the Corsas. So if you've got the Vauxhall Corsas with the heater resistors. Gav, there we go. Not the whole exhaust, just round the welds. Oh, okay. So you just, yeah. Because that is the bit that really goes, isn't it? So, like you say about the around the joints, painting around the joints with a bit of some kind of heat resistant paint definitely would make a difference, because that seems to be where it goes. It always goes around that hanger, around the little hanger, and around the joint on the exhaust. Yeah, some heat resistant paste would be brilliant. But yeah, the exhaust rust from the inside. They do, but on the Agos and stuff, they do tend to around the hanger on that back. That is a suspect point, and it's not so much where the water is sitting in the silence or whatever. It is actually on the pipe, and it's where the hanger comes in. So it definitely makes a difference there. And sometimes they break from the outside, and the actual pipe is okay. So they're not so much corroding from the inside as from the outside. hanger, and you can buy just that hanger bracket that clamps around with the new hanger on it, and you can just clamp that in and keep your original exhaust. Daz Sam, sorry I'm late. Have you ever tried a double din? No, that was something else and another upgrade we were thinking of. But I did like the double. I keep trying to talk and then I see a load of comments and it puts me off. Yeah, the double din. I like the stealth is probably the best word for it. Is, you know, like, because they're not the most you can break into them pretty easy. They're not the hardest car to break into, the little citybugs. And if you go and whack a nice double din stereo in there, it's kind of a, you know, a beacon for some tow rag to come along and break into your car and nick it. I know that you're bolting them in from behind and the fascia plates are pretty good on that. But the original radio, like I did on the video where I put the sub in the boot and I did the amplifiers under the seat, and you can get a really good sound out of it. You know, it's not bad. It sounds really, really good. You can add extra speakers to that original stereo. You can use the auxiliary to go with your phone, because what are you benefiting when you put a double din in there? It looks nice, but you know, your phone nowadays, you can get DAB radio, you can get all your iMusic, your Apple Music. It's all coming in through a Bluetooth to the original radio. And if you can get that sounding pretty good, who's going to nick it? You can't get, you know, who's going to nick that old blooming thing out there? Yeah. So that's why I didn't change it for the double din and that. I just got that sounding. It sounds pretty good. So, and it looks stealth. It's sort of not putting it out there for somebody to come and smash your window or break into your car and nick your radio. It's one of them, isn't it? It's a tricky one. Yes, yeah, the heater again in the Corsa. Yeah, Kerry did do it, and she fixed it. I did have a message from her saying that she managed to get it sorted, which is brilliant. And it is a nice, easy fix putting those heater resistors in. Obviously, Corsas suffer with them a lot. They suffer with the corroding. The plug gets hot. The wires melt. It melts, and the resistors they overheat, and all the rest of it. They're a bit of a weak link, but most cars use a heater resistor to alter the speed of the blower inside the car. So when you click 1, 2, 3, it's going through the heater resistor. You put it onto maximum, and it just it's not reducing the power. So there's no heat there. So you'll find if your blowers work on 4, then that's absolutely fine. The motor's fine. If you put it onto 3, 2, and 1, and it doesn't work, it's 9 times out of 10 it's going to be the heat resistor that's at fault. But on the Corsas, sometimes you do have to check the plugs and change the plug because they do melt out. So I've had a few comments on those where they say I've changed the heater resistor, but it still doesn't work. Chances are you've got a molten terminal inside the plug that plugs onto it. Yeah, Steve-O, mine was rusted and the hanger silencer was mint. Yeah, there you go. That's Steve at Screw Fix Zinc Spray lasts okay and exhaust. Oh, cool, nice one. Michael Braith, top speed of a Peugeot 107. Oh yeah. Oh, here's a question for you. Oh, I don't know. Oh, well, they definitely go over the 1, won't they? I mean, you can get, I reckon you could probably squeeze 110 out of one downhill with the wind behind you. I'm sure you could. I tell you, just as a quick, going off the topic, I loved the what were they called? He had the C1 and they turned it into the race car, and they did the C1 Citybug Racing Series. What were they called? I can't think what they're called now. But yeah. I'll put a link in when I figure it out. Something motorsport. Somebody drop it in a comment. I know you know what I'm on about, but I really did enjoy their series on YouTube. It was brilliant. It's Bad Obsession Motorsport, was it, or something? So yeah, so I can't. Somebody will do it, but it was really enjoyed it. And if you've got one of these, have a look at that series on that because it was brilliant. What's this one here? Are those 15 quid EOBD radios and how useful? Yeah, absolutely. they will give you basic functions. They'll give you engine management. They have to. The EOBD2 has to give you basic engine management faults. So you can, if you've got an engine management light on, you can always find out what's brought that light on with a 15-quid code reader. 9 times out of 10, it'll tell you what the code is. It won't tell you about ABS, SRS, and all that sort of stuff, but definitely worth having one. Oh yeah, Andrew, Bad Obsession Motorsport. That's it. That's the one I'm talking about. Yeah, loved it. Absolutely loved it. It was brilliant. Really, really good. Really, really enjoyed it. I was thinking of Velcroing it to the dash and leaving it plugged in. What? Oh, what? The code reader? Oh, no, don't do that. No. You don't need to do that. No, you only, because it won't bring you anything. It won't tell you anything. You actually have to go. You have to tell it. You have to go, read codes. It won't sort of constantly keep you updated. And it'll only tell you something when the engine management light comes on. There's nothing there until the engine management light comes on. So don't leave it plugged in. You won't want to do that. Unless you talk, have they got the have they got ones that go into your phone? Is that what it is? Is it the dongle which then gives you the like the talk app? Maybe I'm not sure. Well, if that's the one you're thinking of. Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, Bluetooth OBD reader and Talk Pro gives you a. Oh, okay. Yeah. So it is the Talk app that you're talking about. It's not a standalone. It's the dongle that goes to your phone, and you can get the. It tells you about speed, RPM, and all that kind of thing. It's up to you if you want to plug it in and drive around with that on your dashboard. What we got there? I had a ton out of mine. Yeah, absolutely. They go down the motorway like a rocket, don't they? Oh, Derek. Hello, mate. Derek Dootson. Good to see you. Good to see you. You've joined us. Yeah, I saw the picture of your mug and I really appreciated that. That was brilliant. I want to know what the glass was. What was in the glass next to the mug? Derek was one of the winners from last week and we sent him out the mug. So I'll just reiterate on that one. If you are one of these people, Andrew Walling, David Starsky, Rorks, RZR, Just Garage, Robert Jam K, and DZ. There's some mugs here for you. You've just got to send me your address through to my email address, which is in the live link from last week. Just send me your address through and I'll post them off to you. They're the only ones I got left. All the rest went out. They all went out. Andrew had 100 out of mine. So scary. No, get out of it. You need to get some of those Apex springs on there. They're brilliant. The car, it sits so much nicer with them little Apex on them. They're brilliant. What a bit of kit. Dura Whiskey. Whose was it though, Derek? Was it yours or was it the wife's? Who was on the tea and who was on the whiskey? I could do with a bit of whiskey now, I think, to be fair. Oh, dear. It's funny. It's funny. Have you done anything else to your 107 since you've put the Sportex on there? Have you any more mods on there? I can't wait for us to do another. We need to do another get-together, another meeting, get together and have a citybug meet. That's what we need, don't we? Definitely. What else was I going to say on here? We've got Dr. Christian Willers. He was talking about the MX-5. Now, I did the video on the water leak on the MX-5, which was the little clip on the scuttle. And that's had a really, really good response. It's done really, really well. Dead common, like you say, not a cheap car. Water leak problems. So it's not just the citybugs that suffer with water leaks this time of year. The Ford Focuses with the leaking vents on the boot. God, I mean, you spend, because it's not a cheap car now, a Focus. You know, Focus is, it's what, 20 grand car? You want to buy that and then have it leaking like a sieve after 5 years. But that's what's happened. I've got so many Focuses with water leaks on them. So I've banged like 3 or 4 videos out on how to sort that out. Let's have a look down here. What we got? Neil Garner, my Anton mug sits a pride of place next to my PC. Loving it, mate. Loving it. Oh dear. Oh, I've got some. I've just done the shop, the YouTube shop for some merch and stuff. I'm not sure what it's going to come out like because I'm still struggling with the links and things and descriptions. I will get there. I will polish it up a bit, but I've ordered myself because we don't get for no. You have to pay for everything. So I've ordered myself a new T-shirt with one of the new logos on it. So I'll pop that on next time we come on, and we'll have a look and see what they look like, see what the quality's like, see if it's any good. What else we got here? Sound like you've been on the whiskey, I know. Nothing new. Looking for alloys and a spoiler. Oh, you just joined us, so you probably didn't get the comment earlier on where I said about the spoiler on the 107. I have ordered one. It's coming from. It's got it off eBay from Poland, new. So you've got to paint it and fit it and bond it on and stuff. But it's stuck at customs somewhere. I don't know, or it hasn't even left Poland yet. It's been ages, and they don't. I've got nothing, no indication of when it's going to get to us. So once the customs get sorted out with this Brexit and everything, I might get it. We'll do the video on it and put it on. Whiskey was for you. Yeah, I might know that one. What do you recommend to clean wax car for winter protection? Ooh, Auto Glym products are pretty good. I did the what was that stuff called? The Pro Clean Dragon's Blood. That was a really good product. That was brilliant. If you've got like a white car or something along those lines, where you get the metal fragments into the paintwork, and I was well impressed with that stuff. And I did use the turtle wax cleaner as well. That was okay, but I found after using it for a while, the bubbles died down on it. Loads of you guys are telling me how good this show foam, the Auto Glym show foam is, but you have to put a adapter into your hose pipe to squirt it on to get that. But it looks amazing when you do it. But I'm a bit of a bucket and a sponge kind of guy, and I think the Auto Glym like wash and wax stuff it's straightforward. You bang it in your bucket and you whack it on. You know, it's pretty good. That's all I've ever used. Polish Auto Glym polish is just straightforward polishes. I really enjoy that. T-cuts always good to get out the scratches and stuff. You know, still old school me. Any thoughts on the Mark II bugs? Have you had a chance to work on one yet? I have. I nothing, because they are, like I say, they don't go wrong very often, do they? These bugs are fantastic, you know, mechanically. I did stick a battery on one. It got a Duff battery. It'd been stood for absolutely ages, and the battery was completely spanned. So I put a battery on one, but they look just like they look so much like the old one. Just a few fancy bits put on it, a few bumper changes. They've changed the throttle bodies and stuff on them now. It's got an electronic throttle body with a stepper motor in there rather than the cable. I don't know. I still like the cable. I still like the old ones. They're so reliable. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Don't change it. Oh, you know. What's this one? The 1.2 PSA engine in the Mark II have a wet cam belt. Oh, no, it's not. Is that right? Really? To be fair, I'm not that up on it then, because I didn't even know they'd put a 1.2 in it. They've dropped to 1.2 in there with these wet cam belts now, though, are being put in a lot of stuff. And I presume then that maybe that's got the if it's the 1.2, it's got the wet cam belt. It may well have direct petrol injection as well, because that seems to be the way that a lot of them are going. Yeah, I'm with you, Gav. I would stick with my 1 litre Toyota engine. I'm loving that engine. It's brilliant. It's such a good engine. I did see a video, a really interesting video actually. It was on the 1 litre engine. Now I can't remember. I'll find the links and I'll put it in, where the guy had stripped it. Got the tapping sound. It was in the comments of my tapping video. That's why I got the links into it. And it was to do with it got this really bad tapping sound. To be fair, it was you know, clanking away, and he revved it. It was all going with the sound of the engine when you revved it. You know, it was all about that. He thought it was the timing chain, which we get very, very little timing chain problems with these engines. You know, next to zero. And he'd stripped it down and he'd replaced all the timing chain. That didn't work. It was still making the noise. He'd looked at it further. Anyway, eventually, he completely stripped the engine right down. And if you can watch the video, it's really informative as far as if you want to see the gubbins of the 1 litre engine. It's brilliant. And he's got a bent com rod. Everything is absolutely fine, all but for this bent conrod. And he's going, I don't know, well, how's this happened? How's this conrod bent like that? And the only way that can happen, well, there's two things that could cause that in my sort of experience. The most common one is driving the car into a flood, into deep water, which is really, really common. You know, especially at the moment, you would not believe how many cars I've seen recently that they've just drove into floods. They've just drove in, like I think they're amphibious, and absolutely wrecked their engines. Diesel cars, you know, they suck water up like there's no tomorrow. Talking about which, the new Land Rover Velar, they've put the air intake in the grille. What's that all about? I went to one, he put it through 2 foot of water and wrecked his engine in a Velar, brand new Range Rover. You know, like, this thing's supposed to be 4-wheel drive and be able to drive through, 4 foot of water or something. But this was 2 feet of water and he'd wrecked it. So, yeah, beware on those. Like I was saying about this, the 1 litre, though, the 1 litre engine, it got a bent conrod. Is either drove through flood water, it sucked it into the intake, and the engine, the piston comes up and it can't compress the water. Where it compresses the air and then the spark, bang, shoots the piston down. This one has come up, it's either hit water, can't compress it, which bends the conrod, or it's had some easy start squirted in there, too much easy start, and that can also bend the conrod. But the chances are it was put through a flood. And obviously, once the water's dried away and you've drove, if you can get the car going again and it's been driven, all the air filter dries out and everything else, you can't diagnose what's caused it because everything's dry. It's like an ice, a block of ice that's melted you can't see, it's just gone, it evaporates away and you don't know what was there. So, yeah, that was interesting. But that was my guess on that, because he was saying, what could it be? What could it be? I think that's what it was. I think it'd been hydraulic. What am I going to comments? Let's have a look. On your video where you underseal the van, have you done the bug? No, the bug's fine. The bug is fine. The bug's got the underseal where it needs to have it, I find. I don't think, I've not got any issues on any of them. Even the Ago that had done 170,000 miles, underneath was as solid as rock. No problems at all. Very, very little body rot on them. Maybe if you live by the coast, if you were in really salty conditions, or you tended to drive on the beach or something, you might get some kind of rotting underneath. But I think they're really good for corrosion. I don't think they rot a lot at all underneath. You could underseal it, and that 3M stuff, brilliant. Michael B, 3M used to do a great swell polish. You're talking about 3M polish? Yes, I did use some of that. I had that. What was that called? High gloss. 3M high gloss polish. That was really, really good. Did like that. Well reminded. Got stuck behind a grit a year ago. Clear coat is peeling. Looks so pikey. Got to learn how to do it. Yeah, I see. Get yourself a little polisher. Get yourself a cheap polisher and chuck some polish on there and give it a go. Search Dave will fix it for the bent conrod engine stripped. Oh, is that the one? Is that the one it was? Yes. It was good video though, wasn't it? I looked at that and I really enjoyed it. It didn't seem to give a lot of information out. He obviously knew what he was doing, because he'd stripped this out and he put it back together again, but it was like short clippets of pieces. It didn't go into detail about stripping everything down, but I enjoyed that video. I thought it was really informative, and I really liked to see liked it a lot. I really did like to see what he did. Steve-O, any ideas on horn upgrade for the bugs? Do you need to add a relay? Mine sounds like a dog's squeaky toy. You could just take the horn off and just bang a twin toner on there. You wouldn't need to change the relay on that. Not at all. If you're going to put massive air horns on it, you might need to upgrade it, but not for just a straightforward swap to a twin tone. Yeah. Oh dear. Wet cam belt. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of a wet cam belt. Yeah, that just sounds. They must work. They must work to a degree. But you look at Ford with their new 1 litre engine, the EcoBoost. they've got to a point now where these engines, they call them throwaway engines. If it overheats, Ford are sort of saying they won't repair it. They just bin it off and put a new one in. You know, that's a £3,500, something like that, to replace the engine. If it overheats, they're pretty much not wanting to do head gaskets and stuff on them. They will just replace the engine. So, yeah. Keeps the noise down and reduces friction. I don't know. The chain on that, on the age-old Toyota engine, or Daihatsu engine, whoever finally made it, we have some different discussions there. But it's reliable. It does a really good job. It's a metal chain. It works really well. Do you want to put like a rubber fiber wet belt in there? I don't know. I'd like to see how long these are going to last time wise. Obviously they're good for under test conditions, but what are they going to be like in the real world in a few years' time, especially when the fuel changes have probably gone over and stuff? I don't know. It's a bit like the Volkswagen, what do they call that? The pump douche engine, the PD diesel engine. They that got like the wiring loom that comes into the rocker cover, and then all the injectors, got 4 injectors that are wet. They're actually inside the head, and the camshaft rotates and hits the top of the injector. These injectors are all sat in the wet oil with the wiring going to them. Well, lo and behold, what happened? After a few years, the wiring started to crack because of the oil ingress, and the wiring looms were failing and the injectors were failing. So I think Mercedes had a similar issue with their automatic gearboxes. They got wiring issues with the oil contamination as well. So I don't know. I'm one of them. Oil and wires and plastic. It just over time it has a way of finding a way of cracking and deteriorating. Daughter would like her back windows tinted on her 5-door 107. Have you ever tried tinting before? Yeah, I have. It was a nightmare. It's a specialist thing, isn't it? It's pretty tough. It's pretty tough to do it and get it right. I once tried it to do 2 doors on the back of a van, and no, it wasn't good. It was I got bubbles and stuff in there, and really struggled to get it right. And yeah, I watched the guy do it, and it was amazing. Heated it and did whatever and managed to get it done. So it's a specialist thing, and it's something I've struggled with. I've struggled with tinting windows myself. I wouldn't attempt it again. I wasted 2 lots of tinting stuff, and I think by the time I bought it and messed it all up, it'd be cheaper if I let somebody else do it who knew what they were doing. There's some things that that's one of them. That's one of the things I've struggled with. I've struggled with getting that done. I'm going to wrap this up now. We've had hour and 12 minutes. I didn't realise it had gone on for that long. But thanks for joining me again. I really do appreciate your comments and you all sticking by and watching. If you, like say, are after one of the mugs that's if you won it last week and you haven't sent me your email address and your address to my email address, let me know and I'll send them out to you as soon as we can. But thanks for joining me. Thanks for the comments. I've got loads more videos coming. I've got stacks of stuff coming. I'll keep playing them out there. And chin up. Let's crack on, and I'll see you soon.